5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program. Is your host of About Space, David Denault.
Welcome, and thanks for joining me today. Well, this story would most likely come from an X-File. NASA is developing transformer-like shape-shifting robots. Mini robots that can roll, fly, float, and swim, and then morph into a single machine. Next, as America and the world is listening to About Space today.
Mardi Gras is home.
We've all waited for a long time for this day, and so we are thrilled and excited to welcome Mardi Gras finally to her home here in Port Canaveral. We've invested billions of dollars to reduce our environmental impact, and so we're very excited at Carnival Cruise Line that this ship, Mardi Gras, is the first ship in North America to bring this technology.
Book your fun cruise on Carnival's Mardi Gras today. Call D&D Cruise and Tours at 877-747-8631. That's 877-747-8631. And come see the Caribbean. D&D Cruise and Tours is the official agent for About Space, and we invite you to come fly away to all-inclusive resort island destinations, or a cruise vacation from Port Canaveral, and even visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, or just come and see the parks. Call for a discount cruise or an island getaway or the Florida beaches. Call today. The call is free, and so are our services. Call 877-747-8631. That's 877-747-8631. We are Florida's group travel specialists. Welcome back. Maybe you've heard the term shapeshifter on maybe TV from the History Channel's The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. Well, let me assure you there is no similarity between the two. Now, these mini robots can roll, fly, float, and swim, and then morph into a single machine, and together they form Shapeshifter, a developing concept for a transformational vehicle to explore treacherous, distant worlds.
Researched by engineers at NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the Shapeshifter is a flying, amphibious robot that could be used to explore terrains of distant worlds. Shapeshifter is versatile but also compact enough to launch on a rocket. Shapeshifter is made of smaller robots that can morph into rolling spheres, flying drones, swimming submersibles, and more. Each robot has a small propeller and is able to move independently. The engineers envision Shapeshifter as a mission to explore Saturn's moon Titan. The Cassini spacecraft flew by Titan over 100 times. Cassini was one of the most ambitious efforts ever mounted in planetary exploration. Cassini was a sophisticated robotic spacecraft sent to study Saturn and its complex system of rings and moons, such as Titan. On Titan, Cassini discovered a world surprisingly similar to Earth, but with key differences. Titan's cold rivers, lakes and rain are made of liquid methane and ethane. Titan could also conceal caves, or even icy volcanoes. The next NASA mission to Titan will be Dragonfly, which is scheduled to launch in 2026. Shapeshifter is part of a NASA early-stage research program. Even if selected, it could be many more years until Shapeshifter visits a moon like Titan.
The flying amphibious robots, part of the early-stage research program called NASA Innovative Advanced Concepts, NIAC, which offers several phases of funding to visionary concepts, helping turn ideas that sound like science fiction into science fact. JPL principal investigator Ali Agha envisioned Shapeshifter as a mission to Saturn's moon Titan. the only other world in the solar system known to have liquid in the form of methane lakes, rivers, and seas on its surface. He says using AI has its rewards and risks.
On the type of deployment, you basically can look at the interaction between the risk and uncertainty. We have had, in certain cases, for example, you really want to, look at two different modes of uncertainty. So in those cases, we model uncertainty typically with something like a particle-based representation. We capture one mode for rare events, another mode for common events, and try to bring both into the planning and look at certain risk of, okay, if this thing goes wrong with a low probability but very high risk, and this other thing, the first moment goes wrong with a high probability but less risk, how to embed them into the multi-objective optimization and do that. But it's very much dependent on the specific deployment and a specific mission in hand.
Will Ali Agha research and shape-shifting robots become a reality? Well, check out our Facebook page at aboutspace.today for launches and landings, and invite your family and friends to listen weekly. Join Dawn Meyer, Space Coast news editor, this Friday for America in Space. And to all our listeners around the globe and here in the U.S., thanks for joining me. I'm David Denault, and this has been About Space Today.